Hello, you creepy bunch of ghouls. No respawns here. Hope you're doing well. So I have a haunted manor to show you, which I'm quite pleased with the structure of this one. So this is going to be, or it is, inspired by the Addams Family mansion. Loosely, I was looking at a few pictures and I'm like, that's the quintessential creepy house. And I kind of followed the structure as much as I could, given the confines of the game. So firstly, to show you where we are just southeast of Point Pleasant and just north-ish of the Hunter's Ridge. Incidentally, very cool area. Only discovered it today. Quite cool. So yes, I've also deliberately left this here because I had to because I was lazy. I basically just redeployed my camp rather than tear everything down. So that is where one of the foundations are going to be. Thank you, dear. Right, now you go there. Cheers, love. So basically, yeah, this is kind of inspired by the Addams Family house. That's the plan, anywho. Let's hope I remember what I built. We'll see, won't we? Right. So the big thing about the Addams Family house, if you want to Google it, take a look. See, is the and I'm going to take those off now because they go on later. Is that it's got this big tower in the front. That's kind of its thing. It's one of those big, old, kind of like, I think, kind of turn of the century houses that were in America, I think. They're in, like, American Horror Story has a house similar to that as well. I don't know how old they are, actually, but they look old. Not like, you know, kind of hundreds of years old, but 100 years old kind of thing. Right, so that needs to be 3. This is quite a big house as well. So I do need the space for it. This is quite a hefty space, actually. I was quite pleased. I wanted somewhere near Point Pleasant because obviously this is kind of the creepy area of the forest region. That's where all the horror stuff is. And oh, have I stuck myself? That's weird. That's never happened before. I actually managed to not be able to move. And yeah, so I wanted this area, but it took me a while to kind of find this little corner. Which works quite well. I've also picked up the Halloween pack, because I'm as with any of those kind of seasonal packs, I know a lot of you will be like, I'm not too sure if I want to pick it up. So I picked it up, and I'll show it in the decoration phase. So if you're keen, you can pick it up, otherwise you can ignore it. I do like the jack-o'-lanterns, but I'm pretty sure you can earn something similar in-game anyway. Well, you can anyway, but you know what I mean. There's also the kind of the quest thing, the event quest thing, for crying out loud. Okay, so we need the front area first. The one thing is I'm still kind of wishing we had a slightly better, set of walls for this. Because I'm, to be honest, in terms of decoration inside, I know the stone walls are the best. But the problem is with those ones is you just don't have, they're just a bit too colourful. It's a bit much, which is a bit of a ball ache. Right, so we're going to build this from the ground upwards first. So I know where everything is. It's going to be all grand. I've already built this once. This one, I had quite a lot of fun building this one, actually, because I had to... I was looking at the picture, because I have on my other monitor a picture of... one of the pictures from the Addams Family house. I was like, okay, how can I replicate that little bit of it? And obviously, it's obviously you can tell, you'll be able to tell, but you know I'm not overselling it, shall we say. It's a cool structure in its own right. It's a bit noisy. Okay, cool. It's going to look really cool decorated, I think, though, which I'm quite excited by. Cool. Right. Now, this one's all about the build order as well, so I'm going to sort of kind of build from the ground up. It's got quite a cool set of roofs, which is going to be grand. But we are going to start with the tower bit first. Okie doke. Also, incidentally, I had to keep restarting because it was always dark when I was. It's a bit grey weather right now, but I kept, for some reason, I was just stuck on nighttime for ages. It was a whole thing. But we're all right now. Okay, so first things first. We need to do the little porch area. Right, what are we looking for? Incidentally, those of you who haven't checked, there are loads of good games coming out in the next 2 months. I don't know how many of them are going to feature on the channel, but just I am going to be excited for them. So I've got a Nintendo Switch arriving tomorrow, which I'm super excited for, because I've always wanted to own one. And I travel a lot for work, so I finally picked one of those up. So I'm getting Breath of the Wild. But obviously I'm mostly excited for Pokemon. Again, I don't know if these will be on the channel or not. Everyone always asks me what games I'm playing, and it's a nice time filler when I talk about that. But yeah, no, I'm quite excited for that. And also the new Star Wars game as well, which I'm probably do at least one gameplay video on, because Star Wars is cool. Which I completely forgot was coming out in, like, the same day as Pokemon. So November is going to be insane. I'm actually kind of glad that most of the big Bethesda titles were delayed until next year, because I wouldn't have the time to enjoy them. Or enjoy something else at the expense of, you know what I mean, to enjoy them. It's a whole thing. Right, I need to take this off now, because they won't snap through the foundations. I've got the other side too. I'm trying to build this one. As you probably noticed already, I built this once before, and I'm trying to build it quite quickly, because otherwise it's going to take me like 20 minutes, because it's a big structure, which is what we like. Big, hefty, heifer structures. Right. Okay, with my roofs in a sec. Right, now this one. Whoop. Okay, same sort of thing. As I said, sometimes houses like this have porches, sometimes they don't. But the reason why I like to add the porch is because it kind of breaks up the structure on the exterior a little bit, which is kind of the important thing. Is if it was just one big wooden house, it wouldn't maybe look very good. So this enables me to kind of... gives me an excuse to break up the front. Also, I mean, I'm not going to explain this technique again, but I've done this about 1,000,000 times already. We're doing this stairs thing so I can snap the pillars on at the correct angle. Otherwise, they don't snap in the right place. They snap there. But we want them there. Oh, nope. Incidentally, when I tore this down the first time, it had a load of floating bits that wouldn't disappear. The engine clearly got confused on what I was trying to remove and eventually just said, these bits are floating now. I'm like, cool. I broke it. Right, okay. Get in there, you. Get. Go on, you laggy twat. There we go. Sweet. Right, okay, so that's the porch part's done. Let's put some fences on them. Fences. I'm really excited to decorate this because, like, I mean, there's quite a lot of, obviously, Halloween decorations in the Halloween set. And they're going to look quite cool with, like, the pumpkins on the front and, like, the bats down. It's going to look, hopefully, quite grand. So, right, that's the porches done. Let's do the upstairs. Technically, you don't have to build it completely from the ground. Like the way I'm doing it, you can kind of build a bit of the roof first. But I had a little bit of an issue with a few pieces of the roof, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it this way instead. Save myself the hassle. Bit of a lag there. Come on, place it. Place it down, you bastard. Do it! Do it! Right, well, while you're doing that, let me just place the walls down. We got there eventually, we love. Not the walls, the roofs even. I should probably put these in, actually, just in case that the floor I put in gets in the way. So yeah, like the Addams Family house has this big tower in the front, and then it has kind of like the rest of the house is still high roof, but it's not as high. Effectively, is what's going on here. And do I? Yes, I do. Do I? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I've got a few pictures as well on my monitor, and I didn't take pictures of the roof, so I can't remember how I did this part. I'm pretty sure these parts were this low, but we'll live on the edge. We'll live a bit dangerously. How about that? Oh yeah, this is a fun part. So one thing I discovered while doing this, and I just didn't really acknowledge, kind of clocked, is that these parts. So these are the kind of the upper floor sections, right? And they have they have an extra snapping point compared to the foundations, which means, and you're going to see it in a bit, that they're a complete nightmare to snap in. They get really excitable. Look at them get excitable. Look at them. Calm down. Calm down. Look at that. No, don't go there, you git. There we go. Stay. We're actually being slightly less annoying, mainly because I've practiced-ish doing this part. Get in. Attaboy, look at that. Yeah. That's a good roof. Right. I don't normally do upstairs as well, so, you know, this is how much of a super cool individual I am, that I'm actually really excited about doing upstairs areas. Because that is the kind of thing Davey gets excited by. Because he's a bit of a nerd. Right, okay, get in there, you shitbag. Get in there. Now, I was going to have it initially so, like, you could put stuff under there, but you can't. So I just figured I'd just leave it as is. I was gonna, but I didn't. So there's that, yeah. Basically, is what I'm saying. I was going to do that thing for you, and I didn't, because I'm a bastard. That is what you get when you're with me. Right, whoop. Get in, son. Right. So I'm rushing, and it's still 10 minutes. Okay, there's some bits on the outside as well, aren't there? I love this. See, even though, like, this is what I love. I know people are like, oh, I wish we had more building elements, and I ostensibly do, but in the same vein, it is quite, it's just fun to take such a limited tool set and still do cool stuff with it, and it's like, yeah, I can still make something different, which is always just, it's reassuring. Get on there. No, don't fall down. I mean, you can fall down. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Bit of a dick move, mate. Right, now make sure we get this one on the correct way. So that part goes there like that. Attaboy, son. So I've got a nice little attic area now. This is gorgeous, this is. Alright, let's do this part now. So this is going to have an extra layer. And then we do it nice and tall tower, which is going to be grand. And then we can just... Before I was getting a little bit confused on like how to get this wall in. It was a whole thing. That roof and this wall were just not working. But now, oh, ha, ha, ha. Look at that. Gorgeous. Right, and down we go. Yeah, I never really do a not loft area, but in this one I have. In place. Attaboy. Right, and then it's just this part. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. What of that? We've had no errors so far. Getting a bit risky there, Davey. Where are the doors? Where are the doors? Doors. The part that says doors in them, mate, really? I have quite a few doors, actually. I'm probably going to go for these ones. Because they've got to be nice doors, haven't they? Yeah, I'll just use these ones. I can always change my mind. And then... Oh, I haven't done the roofs in this part yet. Nearly done. Oh, yes, this is where they get excited. So I have to put that there for a second. Otherwise, it doesn't like it. And then I'll remove it in a sec. There we go. There we go. I mean, I can leave that on, but I quite like having this. Oh, wait, no. That's because it put it on the floor, didn't it? So excitable. So excitable. Right, door back on. So I might change it. I'll probably leave that on, actually, because it's going to look nice with the rest of the bits and pieces. And I have done this in a smooth 13-ish minutes. So, oh, well, there's one more door left. There's one more door left. There's two more doors left. No, there's one more door left. Right, cool. So, let me just go to the camera mode because it's just sometimes a bit easier for me to actually show off what I've done. Put the distance up. Get rid of myself. There we go. So here's the structure. As I said, if you've seen kind of the Addams Family house, you'll kind of see what I was trying to do. Now, obviously, I'm going to decorate it, and it's going to be quite heavily decorated, pumpkins everywhere and all that jazz. But I'm quite pleased with that. And even though, obviously, you can see, like, the inspiration from, like, kind of one of those wooden, kind of older American-style wooden houses, it was quite fun to... Again, it's like, oh, yeah, I see what you've done, but it's, like, something I wouldn't have immediately done, which I'm quite pleased with. Right, so I'm going to bugger off and give this a spooky decorating. Add bats, pumpkins, all that jazz. I've also got a nice little space for a farm on the side as well, so it's going to be quite nice. And I'll fall down this area. But then after that, I will give you guys a tour. One more. And we are done. So I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I love these pumpkins. I'm going to have so much fun with them. One thing with this is I did completely max out my settlement budget. The exterior I would have liked to have added a lot more stuff in. I did focus a bit more on the interior because I wanted to kind of make it, I would light it up a little bit better. But you can probably notice already that, for example, the little areas that I would normally like to decorate quite a lot, I couldn't do as much as I'd like. I still feel as if, you know, we kind of want at least a third, if not half again, of our build limit extra, and we could pretty much just we could use the entire space that we're given. It doesn't really help that this house is quite big, so as you go in the inside in a sec, you'll see that it is pretty busy. I don't even have a farm or anything, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm still quite pleased with how it turned out. So let's pop in. So I've got my bits and pieces outside. I wanted it to be actually a usable base, but I'm especially pleased just with these pumpkin setups here, just kind of spreading them out. And yeah, they look pretty cool. Annoyingly, I haven't actually unlocked any of the Halloween event stuff at all. Otherwise, I would have probably had some of those racks out here. But oh well. So let's pop in, shall we? So I made good use of the cycle lights. I actually really like the decoration here a lot. I haven't used the cycle lights at all in Fallout 76. And then I remembered that I've got the small blue generators that were from the Atom store a while back. I don't know if they're still on there yet. But these are completely silent. They make no noise whatsoever. So they're really good if you want to just kind of have power running in the house without feeling like you're going to suffocate yourself. So that meant I could actually make quite good use of the cycle lights. I mean, technically you could have the cycle lights charged and then just have something going from, like, say a generator outside that goes through a window, but it's a bit of a ball ache to get it through, and usually have to leave the window open. But it looks pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty cozy, a little bit spooky. I said I'd probably like to decorate a little bit more. I'm quite pleased with this part, actually. I always wonder, when we're ever doing like the got big open rooms like this, sometimes it's easy to kind of make them a little bit too open. So I'm trying to make a point of kind of decorating in the centre a bit more. And I tried to do this little area here. Got my wee piano and a load of boxes. That was as close as I could actually get them to the stairs, though. Just because it kept snapping out. I had to use a blueprint to actually shove them in. Got my bedroom. I do like these cycle lights. I'm going to make good use of them. They do take ages to change the colour, though. You can use a terminal to do it. However, if you want to have kind of alternating colours, you either have to have two terminals or just manually change them over. It's quite cozy. The annoying thing, because I've maxed out my build budget, I won't be able to put any bobbleheads on. I can probably actually delete a few lights, which might do it, but I'll probably do that, you know, after this video. Because I've got a magazine rack and a bobblehead stand. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with I like the decoration quite a lot, and I really like the structure. I also completely forgot I owned these plants. I just completely and utterly forgot, so they expect to see them a lot more because they kind of blend quite well. Because it just looks like they're ones from Cranberry Bog that I've just replanted. But yeah, I'm quite pleased. Decoration is definitely spooky. I like my spooky decoration, and I would have liked to decorate the outside a bit more, but I'm quite pleased with the structure. And it's quite a fun exercise as well, which is the main thing, because it enables me to kind of make stuff that's a little bit weird. Let's do it on the old photo mode. Let's get rid of myself. Oh yeah, I was doing the Halloween event, which is why I look a bit like a twat. So yeah, pretty pleased. Would have liked a bit more build limit, but overall, this is definitely in the right direction. Kind of thing I might even end up doing is just like bringing the tower down one level, and that'll free up some build budget for me to actually decorate on the outside. Or I could finally scrap my decontamination arch, one or the other. So anyway, hope you guys liked that. Hope you've made some cool Halloween build stuff. If you made any interesting ones, I was going to do this video. So this video, I recorded the first half of this video before Halloween, and I was like, oh, well, actually, I'll make it live on Halloween, and this part. However, I was going to ask if you could send me any Halloween builds you've done. So if you have, just link them in the description. Or better still, send me them on Twitter, because that way I can retweet and everyone else can see. But yes, until the next video, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. If you're going out for Halloween, have fun. If not, then just have fun anyway inside. I recently bought my Nintendo Switch, so I'm going to be playing games inside my house, to be honest. But I maybe pop out a little bit later if I have the energy. But you guys enjoy the rest of the week. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns, and I will speak to you lovely bunch soon. You take care.